So we finished the inspections, we have the report, and now we have to decide, how do you want to respond? Now, remember, when we wrote the offer, we talked about the inspection contingency. And that's why the dates matter, right? In Pennsylvania, the agreement of sale, the default timelines, this is if we touch nothing, right? It's 10 days for the inspections, right? That's your contingency period. Then, and that's like when we actually have to complete all the inspections, get the report, and then review everything, and then decide what we want to do within that 10 days. Now, if everything's satisfactory, you can just accept the property, right? If something significant comes up, the agreement provides options which can include terminating under the contingency, or submitting a written, corrective proposal for the seller. Now, if we submit a corrective proposal, the default agreement then provides 5 days to negotiate back and forth. And yes, this is another negotiation, right? Now, if you still don't have an agreement within that 5-day period, if you're going back and forth, you get 2 days as like a cool down. And this gives you the time to decide whether you're going to accept the property, terminate it under the inspection contingency. Those are your options. So the default structure is 10 days for all the inspection stuff, 5 days for back and forth, 2 days for cool down, right? But those are the defaults. We can change that when we write the offer. We may have already changed that when we wrote the offer, because sometimes that helps you be competitive. Now, whatever it actually is written in your contract is what we're going to follow. I keep track of those dates big time. Like, those are very important. Time is of the essence. And what I need from you is to stay available, because sometimes we have decisions that need to be made pretty quickly. So you'll look at what the inspector found, what they told us at the house, and what the agreement of sale says, and what matters to you. Then we'll decide how you want to move forward, how you want to respond. That's what our next step is.